the bank heist of the century.
Jenny is working the night shift at a cash depot in Sweden. She's counting banknotes, tons of money. But by now, it's just pieces of paper to her. Routine, really. Just like these headphones she and the others are wearing to block out the noise. But suddenly, a new sound starts to creep in. Wait, is that a helicopter? This is the beginning of one of the most spectacular bank heists in history. Robbers will strike several locations across Sweden at the exact same time. The police will be outmatched. The authorities...
Yeah, this better happen in Sweden, cause ain't no way this shit flying in USA. And if it is, show me.
Humiliated, and millions in cash will be stolen. The chase will lead investigators to Eastern Europe. And, of all things, the security camera at a local McDonald's will provide a crucial clue. We dug through countless court documents to piece together how the Vestberga heist actually went down, and who was really behind it.
Chill, f***ing Fast and Furious ass music, nigga.
September 23, 2009. Spectacular robberies in Sweden have been making headlines for several years now. But this heist tops everything. As the international press turns its attention to the small town of Vestberga...
Hold on, Sweden? Y'all getting robbed like that? Okay, I know where I need to go.
Authorities are clueless. How much money was stolen? How many robbers were involved? And why couldn't the police stop them?
That was too many robberies in a row.
According to a Swedish daily newspaper, police didn't reach the cash depot until 30 minutes after the alarm was triggered. Meanwhile, the nearest police station is only a 15-minute walk away. What happened? Official statements are vague. The security company that owns the cash depot stays quiet too.
Nigga said, what
G4S
happened?
is one of the largest security firms in the world. They install security systems and protect sites such as nuclear power plants in the US and even the Pentagon. Right before the end of the month, depots like this one are packed with cash, so people across Sweden can withdraw their salaries the moment the money arrives. A pretty good time to strike. So far, only one thing is clear. This is the first robbery in Sweden to use a helicopter. A Bell 206. It's a relatively...
What the fuck? They got enough money for a helicopter? What are they robbing a bank for?
Small light chopper. One of the best-selling models ever.
One of the best-selling models ever! What are they robbing the bank for?
It can carry 5 people, including the pilot. But it isn't built for heavy loads. A well-known Swedish criminologist speculates that the robbers could have stolen up to 1 billion kroner from the depot. Back then, about $130 million.
Damn.
Helicopter experts, on the other hand, say that carrying that much cash, it should have crashed. So how the hell did they pull this off?
These niggas playing GTA in
September
real life.
23, the early morning hours. Metri, a small town known for its sea views and peaceful atmosphere, is asleep. Alongside holiday homes, the town also has a hangar, housing these 2 helicopters. They belong to the Stockholm police. And this man sneaking through the bushes has his eye on them. Under each arm, he's carrying a plastic box.
Get the fuck out of here. No, he did not. Sweden, ain't no way Sweden's sweet like this.
The man places the first box in front of the hangar. Then he moves to the back and places the second one. Then he returns to the hangar's entrance and pulls out a hatchet. He smashes the numbered entry pad several times. Finally, he disappears back into the darkness. And then, nothing happens. The man walks to the nearest bus stop and gets rid of his gear. His part of the job is done. Now it's up to the others. Back at the depot. Down here, Jenny and her colleagues are counting cash.
Wait.
His gear. Nothing happens. The man walks to the nearest bus stop and gets rid of his gear. His part of the job is done. Now it's up to the others.
What the f?
The depot. Down here, Jenny and her colleagues are counting cash.
So no alarm went off when he smashed the keypad? Okay, Sweden.
Up here, a Bell 206 barrels toward the building. With remarkable precision, it lands on the roof, perfectly positioned between the glass pyramid and the edge. 3 people jump out. One is carrying a submachine gun.
Damn.
Another runs straight toward the pyramid and swings a huge sledgehammer at the glass. Again and again. Meanwhile, his accomplice calmly unloads his gear. Explosives, climbing ropes, and mailbags. 2 ladders are attached to the helicopter's skid.
Bro, they can get helicopters, explosives? How the fuck are they getting that? What type of money are they already having? This shit is so like planned and put together with so much expensive equipment used. They was just bored.
The robbers detach one of them and set it down beside the chopper. After a few more swings, the glass gives way. The helicopter lifts off. The robbers enter the building.
No, these niggas playing GTA 5. They playing GTA 7. What the fuck?
Yenny's boss spots them. He knows they're coming for the counting room, so he rushes back and yells,
"Secure the money!"
Then he triggers the alarm and calls building security. Yenny still doesn't fully clock what's going on, but her boss's instructions are clear. The cash has to be locked away in these cages made of reinforced steel, secured with padlocks. It's still quiet at the police station, about a 10-minute drive from Vestberga.
I am.
Inspector Guran Palm is about to finish his shift.
Which one though?
He's waiting for his colleague to take over.
San Andreas, finish
When
San
suddenly,
Andreas?
the alarm sounds. Immediately, Inspector Palm rushes to his car. A colleague jumps in after him. They're told that the
Or do
alarm came
GTA
from the
5.
G4S cash depot. Helicopter, armed men, on the roof. Palm speeds toward the scene. He feels like he's starring in a Hollywood movie.
Okay.
Soon, they're closing in on the depot when Palm spots something on the road. The officers jump out of the car to find out what just happened. Chains, stretched across the entire road and studded with spikes.
Bro, what?
The robbers are inside the building now.
These niggas was 10 steps ahead. They got spikes? Bro, no, they got too much equipment to be robbing.
They set up a ladder to climb up to the 6th floor.
It's too
The
tactical.
main vault where the money is usually stored is on the 2nd floor, but the counting room is up here. To get there, this glass pane needs to go. Hitting it with a sledgehammer doesn't work, so the robber uses explosives. He presses a bomb made of dynamite against the glass, connects a wire, and detonates it.
What the fuck he buy dynamite?
They enter the office and smash through this simple door. Now, just a single steel door separates the robbers from the cash depot's staff. In the counting room, the staff is still frantically securing the money.
They in there scared as fuck. Look at Shouty. Oh my god, no way.
When they hear the explosion, they panic. The team leader has been trained for a lot of things, but not for this. Then there's another explosion. The robbers are trying to get through the door. The explosion mangles the metal around the handle, but it stays intact. But after a third explosion, smoke enters the room. The staff needs to get out of here.
Oh my fucking
fast.
gosh.
The team leader orders everyone into the main vault on the 2nd floor. They leave the room through a secondary exit, take the stairs down several floors, and enter an airlock just outside the main vault. The airlock is designed for one person. Now 14 people have to squeeze inside, including a pregnant woman.
What the? It was designed for one person? They got 15 motherfuckers in there. How did they even manage to do that?
In this hermetically sealed room, there's no cell reception. The group leader can't call building security.
How the fuck are they breathing in there? I'd be mad as hell. Cause I know it's somebody in that tiny ass box panicking like a fucking idiot. It's always that one person out of 14, of course.
Or anyone else.
Damn, this nigga look like Bill Clinton.
And the door to the vault won't open. They're stuck. Their colleagues in the vault room are also panicking. Building security has instructed them to keep the airlock door closed. They have no visual on the robbers.
Oh my fucking god!
Maybe they're even hiding among the employees in the airlock. It's so cramped in here that no one can move. The air is stuffy, the heat almost unbearable. Yenny's colleague struggles to pull out a photo of her daughter. If the robbers want to get into the vault by blowing their way through the airlock, no one here will survive.
Man, they in that motherfucker like it's a tornado. You tell me nobody in that motherfucker got a gun? Out of 14 people, nobody has a weapon.
Meanwhile, the robbers have entered the counting room.
Oh shit, hold on, they carrying something crazy. I don't think they want to go against these. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm staying my black ass in that box too.
No one here will survive. Meanwhile,
boy, look at this big ass AK-47 this got.
the
Boy, this nigga got an AK-47. Oh yeah, we staying our ass in that tin can.
robbers have entered the counting room.
Hell no.
They carve into the cage's padlocks with a buzzsaw.
This nigga just pulled that out of his inventory? This is GTA.
The locks are gone within seconds. While they're packing, they seem oddly calm. as if they know that no one will catch them anytime soon.
Not with that AK in his hand.
Robbing a place is a pretty unethical way to make money. But let's look at this list real quick. Rural and barely making it. Or this one, ethnic second city strugglers. Or our personal favorites, credit crunched, city families. These are real marketing lists, full of vulnerable people to be targeted by...
You bitch ass nigga, is this an ad? You fucking slut.
Click the link in the description or scan the QR code.
Sorry for my potty mouth.
The spiked chains Palm drove into aren't the only ones. All around the depot, every access road is blocked by metal chains about 10 meters long. If a police car drove over one of these chains, its tires would instantly be sliced open.
They had enough time to set up chains around the area too, though? No.
The robbery's been in progress for more than 15 minutes now. The helicopter's still circling above, meaning the robbers are still inside. Police request aerial support from the military, but the armed forces can't provide any aircraft. Instead, police helicopters are ordered in.
What do you mean the armed forces can't provide? Okay, 100. Imagine getting robbed in the USA in the bank, and then we call the fucking, like, military. Like, nigga, if you don't call the police, the SWAT, you gonna call us for some aircrafts? That's kind of crazy. Imagine calling a jet for a fucking bank robbery.
We don't know exactly how, but Inspector Palm eventually gets close to the depot.
Even a cargo bob
a few hundred meters away from the building. When Palm and his colleagues ask whether they're allowed to fire at the helicopter, the answer is a strict no. It's too dangerous. Instead, they're ordered to wait for the National Task Force. Palm is frustrated. All he can do is stand there and wait. Luckily, the police helicopter must already be on its way. Or is it?
What you mean, or is it?
At 5:30 in the morning, police officers in Metri receive an alert. Robbery ongoing, a helicopter is involved. Air support required. 2 officers race toward the hangar. Their helicopter was returned just hours earlier. They'll have it ready in 10 minutes and be over Vestberga 15 minutes after the alarm. But at the entrance, they stop. Is that a bomb?
What the?
There's no way they can reach the helicopter. And even if they could they really risk taking off in a fuel-filled helicopter next to explosives? The 2 officers have only one option. Call in the bomb squad and wait at a safe distance.
Holy shit, these niggas thought of every scenario. This has to take years to plan.
So the White Bell 206 keeps circling above the cash depot, unbothered. The security team watches as the intruders reappear in the courtyard and make their way toward the roof, carrying at least 7 bags. They hoist them up. The 3 men climb the ladders. One hesitates for a moment, as if he wants to go back in to get more of the money.
On me, I would've went back, but that's how greed gets you. If he would've went back, they would've probably jumped his ass.
Then they jump into the helicopter, bags in hand. And just 30 minutes after hitting the cash depot, they disappear into the morning sky.
They did this in the morning. Holy, that's
When the
smart.
SWAT team enters the building, the robbers are long gone. Finally, the airlock door in the cash depot opens.
Look at all them scary motherfuckers. Scared as hell.
The team leader, Yenny, and her colleagues are safe. At the police hangar in Metri, the bomb squad is in full swing.
I get it though.
They use a water cannon to neutralize the bombs. But there are no explosions and no smoke. As the special unit approaches, they find 2 very wet plastic boxes with lights attached.
They got fucking duped.
They fell for dummies. Meanwhile, about a kilometer away, firefighters are putting out a small roadside fire at a bus stop. In the ashes, they find remains of a mask, gloves, a hatchet, a canister, and a lighter. Around 6 a.m., people in nearby towns spot an object in the sky. A small white helicopter flying unusually low and slow over the forests. Not a single light is on. The robbers land in a forested park. They take everything with them, leaving only...
Who the f flying that helicopter? Nigga flying with no lights. He flying in the dark. Imagine driving on a highway, no lights. Being in the sky with no lights, is that crazy though? I ain't even gonna lie, that has to be crazy. But like, you know you ain't gonna hit nothing though. Unless you hit like a fucking pole or something.
A GPS device and a few cable ties behind. Investigators find the helicopter about 2 hours later. They learn it was stolen from a flight school about 70 kilometers northeast of Stockholm just after 4 a.m.
A manhunt is underway this morning.
As the country wakes up, the heist dominates the news. A reward of about $900,000 is offered for information on the robbers.
Man, I'm snitching on all them niggas. Oh, if I would've seen anything, I'm pointing out niggas by the mustache. Fuck yeah, that's him. 900K?
The next day, the Swedish
Man, nigga, I snitch on my granny for 900,000.
police still have no suspects, despite the fact that they knew about the planned helicopter heist long before it happened.
On me.
A month before the heist, Swedish police receive a warning from Serbia's intelligence service. A crew of international thieves is planning to strike. Serbian police even share specifics. A helicopter is to be used. 3 robbers will carry out the job, backed by a group of around 20 people.
No. Nigga said he a snitch for free. We gotta watch Nanner.
The chopper will land on the roof of a multi-story building. The crew will blast their way inside and in under 5 minutes grab the equivalent of roughly $13 million.
13
The
million.
whole thing will go down by September 16 at the latest. If not, the plan will be called off.
13 million.
The Swedish police put security measures in place. The public prosecutor authorizes phone surveillance of 2 suspects. As a precaution, police helicopters are moved from Ittinga to a safe location. For the planned break-in, the police identify the most likely target, the Panaxia Cash Depot in Bromma, in western Stockholm. The second most likely target, the G4S Depot in Västberga. For 4 weeks, authorities remain on high alert, reinforcing their task forces during the nights around September 16. But then, nothing happens
Yikes.
in Bromma or in Västberga. So the police end the special operation, and the police helicopters move back to Mittinga. That's not the only vulnerability the robbers exploit. In the early 2000s, Sweden sees a string of robberies. The companies hit hardest are the ones that run cash depots.
Yo, they getting their ass.
They're looking for help.
Yo, they getting their ass extorted on camera. Sweden can't, like, why they not putting guns in banks? Why don't banks have guns? They be having like one old ass security guard. Nigga like 87. What the fuck is he securing?
Including from the government. As early as 2005, a security company urged the government to place all cash depots and similar facilities under state protection. A formal review followed and ran for 3 years, but the Ministry of Defense took no action. Because the authorities never classified these facilities,
It's almost like electing politicians. They be like 90. Them niggas don't even know what the year it is. And you tell me they making decisions on our young life? 100.
as protected sites, virtually anyone can access the building's blueprints.
Facts.
Floor plans of the roofs and facades, staircases and windows, everything neatly documented level by level. A Swedish news outlet later asked G4S whether the company had attempted to make the Västberga building plans confidential. G4S didn't respond. But by then, it didn't matter. The money was gone. And so were the thieves.
Right?
But they didn't vanish without a trace.
Did you at least try to secure it? Nigga, it don't even. Why does that matter? The money gone already. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard.
In fact, they left quite a bit behind.
What the fuck?
The burned remains at the bus stop in Mittinga, for example. The cable ties used to secure the ladders to the helicopter. The sledgehammer that smashed the glass roof, including bloodstains.
Ooh.
Because the heist was so meticulously planned, police believe the masterminds must have had military training. In all of Sweden, only a small circle of people could be capable of pulling off a coup like this.
Damn.
Thanks to the warning from Serbia, the Swedish police started surveilling this circle in time. Now they're sitting on a mountain of data, calls, texts, pages upon pages of logs.
If they stole 13 million, I guess I'm staying in Sweden. If I robbed any part of America, I guess I'm staying in the USA. What the fuck? But allegedly, if scenario.
One of the people under surveillance is a man called Goran Bojovic, a 38-year-old Swede with parents from Montenegro. Until recently, he worked as a construction contractor. According to Serbian wiretaps, he was recently in contact with a childhood friend, Milan Zevo, who made a career in a completely different field, the Stockholm Mafia. Zevo
Oh my gosh. That's a nasty connection the Sweden police made, though. So that's where they got the fucking dynamite.
has since relocated to Serbia's capital, Belgrade. In 2009, Bojovic traveled to Belgrade multiple times to meet Zevo, According to the wiretap, Boyevich handed over large sums of money during these visits. Swedish police realize that Boyevich is asking Zevo for help. At the end of August, the two speak on the phone. You know what? I called a school here and asked how much it costs to learn it. 15,000 euros. Boyevich wants to learn to fly a helicopter. Zevo shuts the idea down. Pilot training would take way too long. So Boyevich starts looking into another solution. It's September 2, 3 weeks before the heist. Boyevich is in his car, driving toward Hepsholmen, a small island in Stockholm.
No way this nigga learned how to fly a fucking helicopter in 3 weeks, bro.
It has a museum right on the waterfront. Boyevich is here to meet these two men. They've been waiting for him. He walks up to them and sits down between them. Just a few meters away, a woman walks her dog.
What the dog doing?
Her real job is to observe Goran Boyevich. She can't hear exactly what the men are saying. She can only keep an eye on them. The three chat for about 5 minutes with Boyevich doing most of the talking. Then, handshakes. One man walks with Boyevich to his car while the other gets into a Peugeot and drives off. On September 28, 5 days after the heist, the police and a Swedish court announced that 6 suspects have been arrested. One of the suspects is Goran Boyevich.
Ooh.
Searching his apartment, investigators found a bag containing about 118,500 kroner.
He stayed? Bro, you supposed to leave the same day. Be trying to like, oh, I'm gonna leave Wednesday, I'm gonna hit the docks and the boat's going to pick me up. No, leave the same day. You got a helicopter. You got a fucking helicopter and you stayed.
Roughly $15,000 at the time. He's believed to have put the team together. Another man is arrested at Arlanda Airport just before he can escape to the Canary Islands.
Oh my God, he look like he ain't got nothing to lose.
The press nicknames him Flykt, which means escape in Swedish. His real name is Alexander Eriksson. He's a TV producer who runs in high society circles with Swedish celebrities. He's even rumored to be in contact with the Prime Minister. Between October and December...
Hey, man, this nigga locked in with the Prime Minister? He a TV producer? Fuck is he robbing him? Why is he robbing a bank? This is that greed shit, man.
Police arrest 7 more men accused of helping plan or taking part in the heist. One of them is believed to have planted the fake bombs. His DNA is found in the remains of the gloves and the lighter.
But like, should he really get in trouble? Fake bombs? I mean, okay, I guess. But like, it was fake. It was plastic. You got fucking duped. You just mad you just got duped.
In January, investigators identified the man who carried the submachine gun. The police already know him. His name is Zadokadin, and this was his second armed robbery.
14 of them have it if they came out that room.
In January, investigators identified the man who carried the submachine gun. The police already know him. His name is Zadokadin, and this was his second armed robbery.
Damn!
Back in 2000, he and a gang stole invaluable art from the Swedish National Museum. He was...
Bro, they're stealing art? No. These are like too like tactical. You heard like shit in the USA, oh, somebody robbed a store. These damn, they're stealing the Mona Lisa.
Caught and served 2 years in prison. Now he's been caught again.
He only served 2 years.
In July 2010, the public prosecutor presses charges. While the 10 arrests are seen as a major success for the investigation, authorities believe there must have been more people involved behind the scenes.
Had to.
For over 10 months, the police gather evidence and interview witnesses. 50 investigators work the case full time. By now, they have a clear picture of how much...
Bro, what the fuck is that? I know they said it was like a bow, whatever type of saw, but like, damn, where was he hauling that shit in his ass cheeks? Like, did he really pull that out of his back pocket though?
The robbers managed to steal. Almost 40 million kroner, about $5 million at the time.
5 million?
That's how they managed to get away by helicopter.
That's not bad.
Not taking too much. Just under a year after the robbery, the 10 men stand trial. 5 of them are accused of being directly involved in the heist. The other 5 face charges of aiding and abetting. The public prosecutor is confident there's enough evidence to convict all of them. But the men deny the charges.
But right though, America do like credit card scams. Over there, they get physical, stealing paintings, real money. What happened to bank robberies nowadays? When was the last time we heard of American bank robbery? Lock in, Sweden.
Take Alexander Eriksson, the TV producer. He's accused of flying the helicopter on the night of the heist. No way, he insists. His DNA in the stolen helicopter? That's easily explained, he says. After all, the chopper was stolen from the flight school he's been a member of for 15 years. The undercover officer at the museum
That's a good cover-up, you ugly.
clearly identifies him as the man in the suit at the meeting with Boyevich. Erickson admits he was at the flight school he's been a member of for 15 years. The undercover officer at the museum clearly identifies him as the man in the suit at the meeting with Boyevich. Erickson admits he was at the meeting.
So the shorty that was watching, okay.
And yes, he talked to Boyevich, but about wind power, since Boyevich works in construction.
Face ass.
He claims to have an alibi too. On the night of the heist, he was involved in a car accident. But there's a problem. An hour after the supposed accident, he's spotted at a local McDonald's, about a 30-minute walk from where the helicopter was later found.
No, this nigga didn't just go rob a bank and go eat McDonald's. I didn't hear that right?
Car accident. But there's a problem. An hour after the supposed accident, he's spotted at a local McDonald's, about a 30-minute walk from where the helicopter was later found.
That's the victory meal after you just stole 5 mil? I'm leaving the country to go eat 10 steaks.
Surveillance footage shows Erickson calmly ordering breakfast just before 7 a.m. How did he get from a car crash in central Stockholm to a McDonald's in the suburbs? The prosecution is convinced that 2 of the other defendants staged the crash to give him an alibi. Surprisingly, one of them, Zadok Hum, admits his involvement. Investigators found his blood on multiple pieces of evidence.
Yikes.
The other defendants continued to deny
Wait, why the f was he bleeding? Did he accidentally hit himself in the face with a sledgehammer? What the f did he do?
any involvement in the heist. But after just 18 days of trial, 7 of the 10 defendants are convicted. Alexander Eriksson and Zadok Hum are each sentenced to 7 years in prison for armed robbery.
That's it?
The other 5 defendants are found guilty of aiding, abetting, and protecting criminals, including Goran Boyevich, who also goes to prison. Before the trial,
That's not bad if they get to keep the money too, though.
they were seen as daring, clever crooks. None of them were elite soldiers in the Balkan Wars, as was speculated. But the trial stripped them of their mystique. They turned out to be nothing more than a ragtag group of violent criminals.
Them niggas smart, though.
After the heist, heated debate broke out in Sweden over how such attacks could be prevented in the future. Trade unions spoke out. Handling cash creates a dangerous work environment for employees. So, for their protection, maybe they should just get rid of it. According to a report from the banking union, 1 in 4 retail workers
Or get a fucking gun? I'm not gonna lie. Mean get rid of the get rid of what? What the fuck? Give us guns, nigga. They just walked in this bitch with a fucking AK-47. We in here hiding in a box, suffocating with this pregnant woman.
had already been a victim of a robbery, some multiple times. And according to an anti-cash lobby group, 2 out of every 3 Swedish kroner in circulation was actually unreported money. The helicopter heist in Vestberga contributed to a shift in thinking. Over time, cash gradually disappeared from daily life.
Nah.
Sweden was the first country in Europe to print paper money back in 1661. About 350 years later, it was one of the first to start abandoning it.
These niggas got so scared, bro. They got so fucking scared. They said, nah, we don't even want money no more. I guess, I'm not gonna lie, I guess. I feel like that's how some people feel about like USA and guns. But like, we'll just be like the fucking UK and stabbing each other though.
The number of robberies in Sweden dropped dramatically. In 2008, there were over 100. By 2016, it was down to just 2.
Damn, ain't no lie. They snapped with that though. They snapped with that. They said we gotta find out how to cut this shit off completely, and they did.
Today, many shops only accept cashless payment. Theft happens online now. In 2025, the Swedish Central Bank reported that Sweden and Norway had the least cash in circulation relative to their economies of any countries in the world. But some cash is still around, and someone somewhere has quite a lot of it, because the money from the Vestberga heist was never recovered.
Action movie ass music. I ain't gonna lie, this was fire though. W video actually. This wasn't terrible. Comment more videos you want to see, 20K soon, all that good stuff. I love you. I ain't gonna lie though. Don't some celebrities be keeping their money in like offshore Sweden bank accounts and shit like that? That shit'll make me mad. Fuck you mean y'all just got robbed? Where's my money, bitch?